Hello everyone, Storm11 here. I want to do this in a live stream, basically a winter discussion slash tropical discussion here. What made me do this actually is pretty much I wanted to do the winter discussion yesterday, but just did not feel like it. Till then, the National Hurricane Center updated, and there is something out in the Atlantic. It's not Invest 95L. It's actually a tropical wave that's came out of Africa, and it looks like it'd be a little bit concerning there. So, hopefully we can get some people in the stream here this evening. Go ahead. Getting ready. Just gotta give me a second here. Yeah. So let's like to say hello if anyone's gonna be joining the stream. YouTube here. I mean, don't worry, guys. I'll be able to see your all chat on my phone here. You're not gonna be able to see it on your screen, but I am gonna see it on my phone. So, I think we're gonna first talk about. Here we go. I am ready to go. So let's go and get started. Let's look into the National Hurricane Center out in the Atlantic. This is it right here. It is a little bit concerning. It is a pretty strong tropical wave. I gotta say, it's pretty strong. And I've seen it in the past a couple days. You can see the Hurricane Center is giving a 20% chance in the next 5 days. The next 48 hours is 0. Now, we may be able to get a tropical depression sometime, because in this area it looks to be a little bit favorable, even though the water temperatures are going to be a little bit lower, but the shear is also going to be low. That's what this system's probably going to have trouble with, is the shear. I'm going to show you guys the GFS on the shear, because there's actually a lot of shear in this area. So probably whenever it gets over here and may become a tropical storm, they'll probably slowly die down as it gets closer to the United States. And the GFS is going to take it basically like this here. So the southeast is going to keep an eye on this, or it could potentially go right through this way. But still, either way, all these areas right here, it's got wind shear either between 180 millibars, anywhere between, let's say, 500 to 5,000 K, or 4,000, so joules per kilogram. Here you go. This is what I'm talking about. That's what this invests right here. That's why it's giving a very low percentage. It's only at 10%. And European has backed off quite a bit, and it's not really showing it anymore. So I don't think we're going to worry about too much about it. But either way, it's probably staying out land from the southeast. If I continue this on, you can see here, there is like no shear over here. But as you get over here, there is Cape over 1,000. And I could continue this on, and there is just so much Cape going on here. It's really increasing over here. Probably because there's a high pressure there. But there is a couple areas where it's showing almost no Cape. But overall, there is a lot of Cape to deal with, so that storm is probably going to have some trouble with that. Now, the GFS does show that system, but it goes really far out. Let's see here. There it is right here. It's very hard to see, but it kind of gets out of the Cape, and you see it tries to become something, but, you know, it kind of dies out. and it's still pretty far out, so things can change. So guys, if you got any questions, you can go and put it in chat. Let's move on to right over here. Oh, we got a third area. Oh, that's awesome. So 20% for next 5 days. It's not an invest yet, but we gotta be focused on this one here because this is. I think it's going to be a hurricane by tomorrow morning. It is 70 miles an hour. This is more than likely going to be a hurricane, no doubt about it. The question is if it's going to be major. Well, let's look. Let's go over here. Oh yeah, by the way, this is that tropical wave. It's not an invest, so we do not have any models to look into. And also, I do apologize if this live stream is laggy. There's pretty much nothing I can do about it. So here's what the Hurricane Center's got. They're actually forecasting as a major hurricane by Wednesday at 8 o'clock in the morning. And more than likely, it's going to miss Hawaii to the south. But the main threat for Hawaii is heavy rain from Tropical Storm Eric, which it could become a major hurricane, which is Category 3. But some models are pushing it Category 4 strength again. As you can see here, borderline Category 4 for a couple models. There is a lot of uncertainties here. There's a lot that's going for Category 2. There's a few that's going to Category 3. There's even one up there that's going to Category 4. So, right now, my prediction is this is probably going to be a Category 3 hurricane or a Category 2. There. And we can look into the spaghetti models. As you can see here, it pretty much will miss them to the south. Alright, let's take a look into Tropical Storm Flossie here. As you can see here, the Hurricane Center, Hawaii is not on this map, but it is taking it towards Hawaii, keeping it as a hurricane. Not a major hurricane, but I'll say this is probably potentially be a major hurricane. You see, it's looking to be a little bit stronger. There's a pretty good agreement with Category 2. There's one model that's taken to Category 4. That's going to be bad. And keep in mind, the GFS model is actually taking this thing into Hawaii. So we gotta watch this. We're gonna watch it very closely. The GFS ensembles here, you can see it's now taken up a little bit up to the north. You can see a couple models are taking it. See a couple there. Looks to be 990 millibars, maybe 980 millibars from a few models. But the majority wants to take it 1001 millibars. So we'll watch that close. We'll watch it. I mean, it does have a chance for developing. I'll say that. We'll see what this Y is right here. So it wants to take it south. But a little bit, it is going to be a little bit weaker. So there is some uncertainties with the strength of that storm. Here's Infest 95L. We can take a look into the strength forecast. One model is taken in Category 1. As you see, a couple are trying to gain some strength, but it looks like overall it could be either a tropical depression or a tropical storm. But it's going to have a hard time with shear, and there's a lot of shear there. That's the only problem that thing's got, and it's going to stay out of sea, which is good news. So yeah, on that one. And yes, there's 200 invests, but we're not going to worry about those. So what else was I going to do? Okay, so that's what I got right there. See if any of you guys said anything. Oh yeah, if y'all like the live stream, you can hit that like button. It helps a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the winter side of things. So this is what the GM stack I'm not making a forecast by any means. It's just a discussion here. So this is throughout the winter time. Now, I do not. The last. Hold on. I'm losing my words here. So basically, if I'm correct, this thing will probably update somewhere in the middle of August. So right now, this is in July. Right now. They usually update this ball once a month, so you don't get a lot of updates from it. So here is sea surface temperatures. Looks like we're going to have strong high pressure going on in the northern Pacific, right over here, which does give a signal that there's going to be warm and drier air for the west and cooler conditions out east. Let's look into precipitation anomalies. This thing's gonna load. See, I do agree. Right now, so far, it is looking to be a pretty good setup. To be a pretty good winter out east. So let's take a look at surface air temperature anomalies. Now, this is where I disagree. This should be probably the complete opposite here. I don't think the east will be warm, but when you look at this, the sea surface temperatures, it should be above average over here, not neutral or below average conditions. But this is possible, though. It is possible, but I think the JAMSAC does not do a good job, but it is a model to look out for. Let's go over here. Let's look into the CFS here. Now, this ball does not do great. One thing is that this bottle is always too warm. It is always too warm. We can take a look to fall. Seems like it could be below average for portions in the Midwest, the Plains, even stretching it towards the Ohio Valley. Now let's go into winter here. This is, you see, it looks like we can have a ridge in the central United States taking over pretty much everybody. Now keep in mind, this is a little bit warmer. So this could be a little bit of a weaker ridge. And you could probably see neutral conditions out west, above average in the central United States, and probably slightly below average temperatures in the northeast. So it kind of gives me an idea here that this could be like a zonal flow right here, which can bring some severe weather for these guys up north. It is a pretty good severe weather setup for it. And, you know, you don't need much cape or anything for a severe weather setup, so yeah, let's look into precipitation here. So precipitation, it's pretty much a mess. I'll say that. I mean, there's not really a good indication. I mean, California's looking to be wet. I mean, since it's going to be a little bit below average, it's going to be between a ridge and a trough. I think that would make sense over here. But over here, though, there's not really a good indication or anything. It's kind of a mess over here. Let's look at two other models. Let's look into the CANSIPS model. Let's look at the drier conditions. I mean, this is kind of a mess. But let's see about the temperatures. Now, it's showing the ridge could be up north. And probably some cooler weather conditions over here. So, I don't really know about this. I do not know what to say about this. And the NME model. So right now at this point, the models are suggesting probably a warmer winter. But in reality, or whatever, it's going to be neutral conditions. What neutral conditions could do is warmer, dry conditions out west, and portions of the east could be wet and cool. or even cold and snowy. So, right now there's not really a good agreement what's going to happen here. It seems like they're acting like it's going to be like a strong El Nino, which what happens to a strong El Nino is everybody's above average. That's basically what happens. This is probably what these balls are indicating is a potential strong El Nino, which I think these balls are wrong, basically. I think they're completely wrong. All three of these. Because it's going to be neutral, or it's going to be a weak La Nina. And both of those things are good for the East. Either way, so it could be a cold and snowy winter for me here in Kentucky. But out west, well, it could be warm and dry. Now, last year, everyone was forecasting kind of similar, warm and dry out west, and cold and snowy for portions of the east. Well, we got that completely wrong, for sure. I think Direct Weather got that wrong, David got it wrong, I got it wrong last year. It was pretty tough. So, I think we all had the same idea, but nope, it did not work. I had a below average winter, but below average snowfall. But I think we had cold shots. I think we got correct on the temperatures, but the precipitation was completely backwards. I think that's what we got wrong on that. I think we did okay with the temperatures, but precipitation, nah. Usually precipitation can be tough to forecast, especially during the summer, where you get summertime thunderstorms there. So anybody could be above average. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about that. And I think that's all I got here. So my thoughts for right now that the east could be cold or snowy, and the west could be warm and dry. That's basically my idea. And that's what everyone else is thinking about as well. David is thinking about in Direct Weather. So basically, very similar forecast last year. So, yeah, fall-wise, I think it's different. I think so. We could take a look at the fall on this. So here's fall from this model. Warm and dry conditions over here. Seems like it could be warm and neutral over here. I meant to say slightly above average precipitation over here in the east, and the west could be warm and dry. That's all I was going to say. What about precipitation? Well, pretty much nobody's going to get. Pretty much everyone's neutral except for Florida. And over here. Just a little bit there. By the way, this ball's in the bottom of the list, so it's new to me because that's the first time I've seen this model. The CFS is best out of the bunch, but, well, the CFS ball is not good, so basically all these balls are crap, but it does give us an idea what could happen. I mean, it is possible. Here's the Kansas Sips model for fall. Slightly below average out east. Florida looked to be a little bit wet. Save it for Washington up there. And everyone else is neutral. Let's look at on the 2-meter temperature anomaly. Oh. See, these models here, it just don't make any sense at all. It don't. I mean, this is all different. This used to be all different. You know, it used to be below average for portions of the east. Now it's showing everyone's going to be warm. So they're having a trend of El Nino. We can take a look into the ENSO evolution. Let's see what they say. This was updated July 29th, so this was updated today. So El Nino advisory, still. been like that for a while. Alright, here we go, down here. Okay, seems like we're starting to see a warming trend here. You can see, here's the grass. Nino 4 is going up, same for Nino 3.4, Nino 3, and Nino 1 plus 2. Seems like they're all going up with temperatures. So this actually may change up everybody's forecast. I got a feeling I'm seeing lightning outside. I just feel like it. I'll probably check on radar in a little bit, but this is what it's been like in the past couple weeks. Basically neutral conditions. And I think this is average. Yeah, this is basically average, so it's all going up. Okay. So by the way, these temperatures are going near the surface, so we may have, looks like a weak Modoki El Nino. And that is potentially for fall. And we got La Nina creeping up behind it right here. As you can see here, so and there's even warmer water over here. So here's been the trend. So this is back in May. You can see a little bit more of a Modoki type right here. So this is the subsurface. See, it starts to cool down, cools down, and La Nina takes over. But what it looks like, warm air is trying to take back over. But we do have some winds trying to cool it down. Which what that wind does is keeping it near La Nina. So we're going to have to see here. Let's see here. Here's precipitation. So you see it's been cooling down. It's been 0.8 for the past few months. So now we're finally cooling down. And you see this bar graph here is taking it neutral conditions. And winter would be right here. Here you go for winter. So it could be neutral during the fall, but it seems like it's going to be kind of a mess with that. You can see most models are trending to be a potential weak El Nino. We're going to see about that. The stronger the winds are, the more cooler it's going to get. So yeah. You can see here's the prediction right here. So here's winter. So it's showing a little bit of a stronger La Nina right there. See if I can find fall. Okay, right here is fall. Looks to be La Nina. So that model is predicting probably all La Nina. That's the CFS version 2 for Nino 3.4. Here's the last 60 days here over the North Pacific and North America. So the winds are trying to cool that area down, but not up in Alaska. So yeah, this is what it's been like so far. Warmer than average temperatures up in the north here. Cooler than average out west. Basically a mess. Here's what the NOAA is predicting. So above average precipitation for portions of the plains, and it's too warm again. I feel like this is just too warm right here. They always do it too warm. They're not that accurate. I'm just gonna let you guys know they're not accurate with their forecast. What they always follow is the CFS, and the CFS is always too warm. So if we knock this down by a couple percents or whatever, it will probably be below average right in here. Precipitation, I don't know about precipitation, but no one's looking to be below average or anything like that. Now this is from August to October. So it's part of fall. When we pass August, this will be their official fall forecast, basically. So that's the 3-month outlook. But we're going to see what's going to happen next. So yeah, guys, this is all good for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this winter 2019-2020 discussion. Excuse me. Even the tropical discussion as well. If y'all do like this live share, hit that like button. For people that are watching as a video, if y'all got questions about this stuff here, put in the comment section down below and answer you guys questions. I'll see you. Oh, wait a minute. We got someone talking. I did not see it on my phone here. I do not want to pop it up. Hey, what's up? Can you check my winter weather forecast? Yes, I will. At the end of the live stream. So, guys, that's it. And I'll see you guys in my next video.